We need to develop godly habits and activities that produce joyful rewards, such as helping people, discipling people, counseling, healing, teaching, any number of things. But there's always the opportunity to walk in love and to help people that have need, like just day in and day out. I mean, it doesn't have to be a planned event. Just at work, at home, at the grocery store. There's always opportunity to do something loving and helpful for somebody. So we want to really just grow the habit of doing good and godly things. And then when we do that, we're going to have a natural joy and satisfaction inside of us. And then the lustful callings that are within the flesh, those are going to be subdued. Okay? We need to refuse to romance tempting thoughts. In other words, we need to refuse to meditate or daydream about any kind of tempting thought, because it's ultimately going to lead to sin. Now, if you're focused your mind, like you're daydreaming about this beautiful person at work, and you're just thinking about them all day, and you're married, and you're a child of God, and you're allowing yourself to start thinking about sinful things with this person, then what are you doing? You are romancing a temptation, and ultimately it's going to lead to sin. And in fact, you may have already entered into sin by lusting for somebody in your heart, right? Because Jesus talked about that in Matthew chapter 5. So when a bad idea comes in our mind, don't romance it. Like somebody coming out of addiction, you shouldn't daydream about going to a bar. You shouldn't daydream about going to a party and drinking with your friends. You shouldn't daydream about any of those things that you used to do that involve drinking. Because as soon as you start doing that, what's going to happen? It's going to lead you into sin. So what we should do when a tempting idea comes into our mind, we need to change the channel of our thinking. So we need to purposefully, willfully stop thinking about the sinful thing and start thinking about something good and godly. And we are commanded in Philippians 4:8 to meditate upon good things. So let's just take a look at that. Philippians 4:8. He says, "Finally, brethren, whatever things are true, noble, just, pure, lovely, of good report, if there is any virtue and if there's anything praiseworthy, meditate on these things." Okay, that's a command. Meditate on these things. So we are instructed that we are to purposefully, willfully choose to think about good things. True, noble, just, pure, lovely, and so forth. So as a command, meditate on these things. So we are instructed. That's what we need to do.